over, Furbies. There's some new adorable plush monsters taking the world by storm. Labubus are selling like hotcakes, going out of stock in just mere seconds and getting resold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars.
So how did these bag charms become the hottest thing on the market? Dr. Jess Ghilani is here to explain exactly why this has taken off. And we are so happy to have you here to talk about not just this, but when we see these viral trends and this surge in the market, there's something really to be said about it.
Yeah, I think that, just as a lot of social media things go, there's an engineering of FOMO, that we don't want to miss out on something.
Right.
And with a viral trend, there's this sense that, oh, if I don't get in on it early enough, then I'm going to miss, something about having this product that says I'm on trend and I know what's hip right now.
Right.
And for people who don't know, I mean, the name is funny in itself, Labubu. What are they and what's happening with them?
Yeah, so the Labubu monsters are a fictional character series that was developed by an artist who grew up in the Netherlands. He's a Chinese artist, I think. And he created these characters and they just took off, and they have all sorts of different sets, but they're a part of a broader brand called Pop Mart, which is a Chinese company that saw the popularity of Japanese blind boxes and vending machines and realized that they could really do well with it.
And let's expand on that. Tell us more about the blind boxes, because I think that here in the U.S. we are familiar with some of this.
Yeah, so if you are familiar with LOL dolls, you know the concept of buying sight unseen.
Yes.
And that's really what the concept is here. So this is an ornament series, which is not as popular as the bag charms, but my daughters bought these and they didn't know what would be inside. And inside of here was like a foil bag. So they couldn't see even when they opened it, and then they got to open it up and see which one they got, and they didn't necessarily get the one they wanted, which made them want more. And that's kind of how the entire premise works. The experience of unboxing and the gambling aspect of getting the one you want or feeling deflated by not getting the one you want.
Wow, so it's all about the experience, really.
Yeah,
and not necessarily the toy,
Yeah, exactly.
So when does this become problematic? Because I think about this when we're talking LOL specifically. I remember how excited my kids would be to unwrap the first layer, and then maybe you get stickers, then you open it up and you unwrap the doll and all the accessories that come along with it. And there is sometimes this sense of disappointment, but it feels like this is marketed towards younger people who can become quickly obsessed with things in maybe a negative way.
Yes, and in fact, this kind of obsession is part of why the Chinese government intervened for their country and capped the prices that these items could be sold for, as well as banned the sale of them to children under the age of 8.
Wow.
Because the customer experience does mimic a gambling experience, and that's something that they thought would be dangerous for children.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I've even heard that they're pulling them off shelves in some places because people they're getting violent over them.
Yeah, people are getting really riled up about them, and there's all sorts of counterfeit ones, and then there are people who are flipping them and selling them for more than they paid. So it's a very bizarre phenomenon.
And is there something to be learned from, is there like a past viral thing that has happened, or are there lessons to be learned from this?
I think so. I mean, we remember the Beanie Babies and the Cabbage Patch dolls of yore. We didn't have social media then. Social media kind of accelerates the pace and scale of a trend, but it also means that trends fizzle out a lot faster. Right. So try to keep that in mind, that this is not going to last forever. There's been a whirlwind of press the last week or so about these, to the point where Pop Mart raised the prices of the products this morning, seeing an opportunity. And I'm sure it's not going to be long for this world.
You know, it's so funny because we kind of started to experience this with a preteen, because it's the FOMO, it's the wanting to fit in and have what everybody else has. And it was ping pong hoodies. Yes. And then it went to White Fox. As soon as the one that came in from California came in, she was like, I like it, but White Fox is in now. So now that was the new thing that we had to get. And if you start to buy into it, you can quickly find yourself chasing trends instead of just loving what you love.
I'm even thinking about the Trader Joe's bags.
Right?
Yes,
exactly.
We're loving those.
Good conversation and really cool. I didn't know the hype about these.
Yeah, so fun. All right, Dr. Jess will be sticking around for another conversation later in the show, all about how artificial intelligence is getting past human control. You want to stick around for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be another good conversation. Coming up, though, next on Talk Pittsburgh, Oakmont's gone full party mode. From theme snacks to throwback style, next we're tasting local bites and playing Leave It or Bring It Back with Galt's quirkiest friends.